And what's up, guys? This is the Saiyan Bros. I am Antrax Chavo.
I'm Matrix Ray, and today we're going to be talking about some films, some speculations, a little rumors, some confirmation.
Alright, to start it off, guys, we're going to talk about
MCU and Fox. They finally have said that once this deal comes through, they will do the official merge, and Kevin Feige will have access to all these Fox characters. What are some movies you want to see?
To be honest, some of the movies I want to see is I want to see MCU own take on the X-Men. I understand we have X-Men films in the past, but to be honest, I'm really hoping the MCU kind of, fits it in, somewhat into the MCU continuation line of films. Another thing is the crossover between Avengers and X-Men, as there was a big comic book about it. Other than that, since we have Spider-Man and we have new characters coming in, I'm really excited to see these X-Men characters come through, kind of team up with our heroes,
So you want a clean slate, all new clean slate, no characters from Fox?
I mean, to be honest, the way, the movies are going through right now, either way, if they do reboot it, that would be pretty cool to see. But, after the events of Avengers 4, something seems to happen, just seems to reboot the whole universe and the X-Men exist in the MCU, that would be okay with me too,
What I'm happy to see is that they're finally going to add some characters to the MCU. Silver Surfer, he's a big part of Infinity War, and to not see him in the movie was pretty devastating. But
broke our heart. But Galactus with
Galactus
Silver
is
Surfer, this is a confirmation Galactus is out there. One of the biggest things that with this confirmation is how they're gonna deal with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest things that's on my mind.
Well, they never really called him Quicksilver or Scarlet Witch. And with seeing how the Avengers Tower was sold in Spider-Man, we could see the Avengers Tower turning into the Fantastic Four Tower.
That is really true. How are they going to introduce the Fantastic Four? There's videos on YouTube that kind of decide that the Fantastic Four could really show up in Black Panther, as Black Panther had some alliance with the Fantastic Four when facing off against villains. Another thing is the Fantastic Four were in space the entire time, and now they're coming back home. It's just really, with this new confirmation with Fox and Marvel, a lot of things could really change in our favorite franchise. I'm just excited to really see this.
Well, talking about comic books, second thing, Kingsman 3 has been confirmed. Release date of February 8th, 2019.
November
8th, 2019.
And to hit it off where we left off in the last movie, Ixie seemed to have been married into the royal family, so we really won't be seeing, who knows we will see him come back,
I heard this was like a 90s take, Kingsman, but you never know. The writer of Kingsman, Golden Circle, was already thinking about a sequel. Before,
Kingsman 3.
Yeah.
And so, depending on the comic books, the way the comic books go through, the next one should be called the Red Diamond or something like that. But talking about the villain for the next sequel, their interest is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Which could be interestingly,
to see.
It's weird because, we have DC wanting The Rock to play a villain, and now we want Kingsman to play a villain. It's just he wants to be a villain now.
How does this fit into the Fast and Furious? Just kidding.
No, but it's interesting really to know how he was already planning. He bought a studio where he was gonna make all these films. He's already thinking of making a film for Statesman.
Really?
Yeah, a spin-off film for Statesman.
Our Southern brother.
and also a TV series.
Wow. So not only are we getting a John Wick TV series, but we're also getting a Kingsman TV series. Mission Impossible is next, maybe?
I wouldn't want to see that.
I don't know. But
A good crossover would be John Wick versus Kingsman.
that would the Continental versus the Kings. That would actually be pretty good. And leading off, Kingsman is not just a tailor shop anymore. It's actually a liquor store now. And Channing Tatum being left off to take up the role of Eggsy, it'll be really cool to see him more screen time of him in the next film than we saw him in Statesman.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
Golden Circle.
Anyways, moving on to our next topic, Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker. We just got our first official look at the Joker, pre-Joker, by the way. Now, final look.
Hey,
And
DeAndre, you got that footage? Play the footage now.
You took me by surprise. I didn't realize that you were laughing.
as you can see, we got our first look at the Joker, pre-Joker, by the way. And the best way that he's being seen is the same way every Joker has introduced himself, except for Jared Leto.
I love it.
That guy just popped out of nowhere.
I love it.
But Heath Ledger and Cesar Romero, their face, blue, red, mask.
I love it.
This guy is showing himself the same way as
I
Heath Ledger and Cesar
love
Romero
it.
came through. You know?
I love it. I love it. I love
think-
this Joker.
I think everybody's loving him, man.
Having it that this is like heavily based off another, what's his name? Fuck, what's his director's name again? The producer?
Todd Phillip,
No, the producer.
Martin Scorsese.
There you go.
Another Martin Scorsese. And this film will actually be based on his mafia underworld, dude. So if you love Goodfellas, you love any mafia movie Martin Scorsese has produced over time, this is the film that's going to take during that imaginary crime world he invented
This
long
film
time
is
ago.
is heavily based off of a film that Martin Scorsese directed a while time back with Robert De Niro, where Robert De Niro is an upcoming comedian, and he fails. So he then kidnaps another comedian, so he could do a show. He ends up giving himself up and goes away. But he says he rather goes away as a star than die as a nobody. So having that this film is really heavily based off of that film is that
We can see some sort of story plot going through this. One of the biggest things that this movie is going to have is that Batman won't actually be in it. He won't. But his father will, Thomas Wayne. And from the footage we saw that was just released a couple of days ago, was an actual scene from the film. We could see in the background that a lot of people are blaming Wayne for something. We don't know what it is just yet, but something. And the Joker is the main guy behind this.
they're blaming Wayne.
Yeah. If you look closely, there's a sign behind the Joker. Somebody's holding it says "Blame Wayne." So he did something bad, and people are going after him. Another
Didn't
thing
know
of
that.
this is how would this be better than DC, or how would it change the game for DC?
Understandably, that this is gonna be a part of a dark DC universe, so this might be like a different. Cause what I've heard, it was like a whole. They're making like a whole universe that's not with the cinematic universe.
Just a kind of like an extended branch of different stories
Yeah.
told over time. Not just that, but Batman is actually getting his own solo film that will be in the same branch. It won't tie into the DCU other than Ben Affleck reflecting back on his past. But the people who are taking hint that John Hamm, the guy from Mad Men and also from Baby Driver, is very interested in playing Bruce Wayne in the DCU. So if this comes to terms, maybe we'll see a little reboot going on here.
I feel like that's what they're gonna end up doing, to be honest. Cause we know that Jared Leto wants to make another Joker film, but he's the one actually like putting all the money, getting all the producers, other than Warner Brothers themselves. Because I love Suicide Squad, but majority of the people didn't, and I can see why Jared Leto's Joker is a little cringy, but I guess it's more like a mafia take of his. You know, a big bad gangster. You know, MGK. You know, he looks just like him, but you know, you gotta give the man like
some credit that he's trying. I mean, Warner Bros. Did kind of mess up not showing the footage taken from the Joker throughout the film. I think that would have given him more of a push toward his character was very different, and scenes from it does show that, you know, he survived an explosion. He beats Harley Quinn just like the comic books, and you know, just saying we have two Joker films coming in. One in which is not from the DCU, and one which was the DCU. I think it'd be pretty cool to see, you know, these two films take place, you know.
What I'm thinking is they're gonna scrap everything, you know. They're gonna like take everything that Jared Leto has done, because Jared Leto is like moving over to Sony to play
Morbius vampire.
For the Spider-Man universe. So what I'm thinking is that they might just like wipe the slate clean, add Joaquin Phoenix's Joker,
add John Hamm's Batman,
and you know,
we have our
Michael B. Jordan's Superman. What?
I don't know. It's a very cool, you know, take on. I like Michael B. Jordan. Don't get me wrong. I really
understand that there's an Earth 2 with the black Superman.
I would really like to see this happen. You know, I'm not saying it's something. You know, I'm just like, it's very interesting. Never expected to take on this, but I'll be very open to Michael B. Jordan taking on Superman. I mean, this guy killed as Killmonger.
I mean, other than Michael B. Jordan playing Superman, he's also playing the lead role for the new Rainbow Six film that's about to come out.
Is he now?
Yes. It's not based off the video game Rainbow Six. It's based off a novel that Tom Clancy had wrote about Jack Clark and Domingo Hugo, I think it was.
Chavez?
Domingo Chavez, there you go. Where it talks about they're like special operators from Navy SEALs. They then switch to France and get into the SAS. After the SAS, you know, they like rank up and they find this group of counter-terrorists who goes around and like
call themselves Rainbow,
and they call themselves the Rainbow Squad. So, you know, in the first few operations they go to like Guatemala and stuff like that, Spain, and they take down.
So this movie could really just be kind of a very cool take on the novel. So we could guess that Michael B. Jordan will be playing one of the characters, you know, Jack Carter, or one of the other main characters. As you know, it's just not just two.
You know, and we did see that Jack Ryan TV series, right, on Amazon Prime, which could be, you know, they could do like a little twist in the movie
and kind of connect it too.
Yeah, and connect the video game. To be honest,
that would,
you know, having a nice like a little cinematic universe. You know, because that's what everybody's doing right now.
Everybody's connecting their own universe together.
Yeah. Like how Warner Brothers wanted it to do with the Monster Universe. It didn't happen, which, you know, broke my heart because I really wanted to see another werewolf movie.
Which doing The Rock Johnson.
But, you know, it is what it is. We're getting a werewolf movie anyways, you know.
Other than talking about werewolves, let's talk about our own alien werewolf, Venom.
I'm having big, like, my high hopes are up here for that movie. You know, the movie comes out next Thursday, which I'll be seeing, and you're getting a review sometime on Monday. But, you know, it's gonna be I'm having high hopes, and, you know,
hope for the best, you know. Anyways, that was our show today. We're Saiyan Bros. Again, I'm Antrax Chavo.
Antrax Ray.
Thanks for watching, and
like, comment, subscribe, you know, do your thing. And we'll have a couple more talk about film here and there, maybe the new Spider-Man video game, stuff like that.
See you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Go.